everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are safe, you are well, and you are with someone you care about who also cares about you. It is just before Thanksgiving, and hopefully by the time you watch this video, I will officially be on a 1-week break for Thanksgiving. I don't know what that was. I think maybe there was a squirrel or something hiding over there and it took off at a rate of knots. But as you can see, the weather here at the house is a lot nicer than it was this time last week. So no need for the massive umbrella contraption. But let's show you what's been going on in the garden. And the real answer is not a lot. You'll still see that things are still in a bit of a mess over here. I haven't cleaned up. The strawberries haven't been cleaned up. The aftermath of the sweet corn and the squashes still need to be cleaned up. Now I still have 3 pumpkins left in the house and they're going to be used for Thanksgiving. We're going to be making some Thanksgiving fare with those remaining pumpkins, and I now need to kind of give some thought as to where things are going to go next year. But before I do that, I do want to show you, bizarrely, we still have apples on this tree up here. So a lot of these apples are going to be well past usable, and you can see we have people living in them. These apples are technically not ours, they belong to our neighbor's tree, but as you can see we have plenty of apples still on the tree, and well, I'm just going to leave them there because I figure that the local wildlife is going to benefit from it more than me. But talking about this corner of the garden, I do need to decide what I'm going to do with this tree here, because again, I've spoken to my neighbour and they are totally okay with us cutting back any branches that come over into our garden. So we need to cut these set of branches back so that we have more light here. Obviously I need to trim back the brambles a little bit more, and I also really need to get up and trim that tree branch up there, and I need to decide how I'm safely going to do that. Now, one way we could do it is to back the truck up, but I think we're going to have to maybe get some professionals in to help cut it, or maybe get one of those long extensions that allow you to have a chainsaw or something, because while it looks like it's reasonably close and I can't actually touch the bottom of the tree here, to actually get to that branch properly, I would have to go kind of back a bit and up a bit. And I'm not entirely comfortable with doing that myself. That said, I also now need to think about where I'm going to put my garlic and my onions for next year. And I've got some thoughts. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put them right here. So I need to clear out what remains of the tomatoes and the squashes. You can still see a few here looking a bit forlorn. I will clear all of that out, hopefully over the Thanksgiving break. And that means that when we get to the shortest day, which is at this point about a month away, we'll be able to properly put things away and go from there. But I do want to show you something really funny that I noticed the other day. So this is a tomato. This is part of a tomato bush that I kind of yeeted into the undergrowth, and apparently I didn't yeet it far enough because it's still there, and that always makes me laugh. That was unintentional, but you know, that is the way that things are. But let's talk about the real challenge that I faced this week, and that is the matter of who keeps destroying our watering system for the chickens. So as you know, we have the Hydro-Hen, which is an aftermarket extension that I added myself, homemade, that goes on the bottom of this tub, and it allows the hens to better drink water. Now, I designed it in such a way so that it would sit on this lip here, and you can obviously fill it up with water. As you can see, there's water in it right now. But what's happening, and I'm not entirely sure how it's happening, is that someone is going in there. Now you'll see there's this little red cup, and what's happening is someone's going in there and they're twisting the red cup, and that causes the red cup to fall off, which also causes the nipple to fall off. And we don't want our nipples to fall off. We have to make sure that our nipples work rather than fall off everywhere. That means that the water then gushes out and the hens lose all of their water. Now, I check in on the hens most days. There will be a day when I don't have a chance if I'm away from home or whatever, but most days I check in on the hens to see how they're doing. Unfortunately, last night when I went to check in on them, they had completely drained the water. So what I had to do was filled up the water, and as a precautionary measure, I filled up their secondary watering system. So they still have plenty of water. That's not a big concern, but it is a frustration because it means that I can't 100% reliably guarantee that this watering system is not going to leak. So I've got two choices here. I can either glue the cup onto the bottom of the Hydro-Hen, which I really don't want to do because if someone actually breaks the cup, then I'm going to have to print a whole new base pipe for it. Or I need to hurry up and get my design for the top cap built. Now, I'm going to be off next week, as I mentioned. And so what I might do is start working on building some electronics to go in here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to print a square cap that will fit on top of this watering system that will include a time of flight sensor and also a little ESP32 or something similar to communicate via Wi-Fi back to my home automation system if there's a sudden drop in water. And if there's a sudden drop in water, we can assume that the water has been broken or one of the chickens has knocked it, or maybe a critter has got in, and that will tell us, hey, you need to go outside and make sure that the hens have water. From a couple of weeks ago, we had issues with this Wi-Fi access point, and I've now added a new cable in. It's not outdoor rated, so I do expect it at some point to break, and you can see I haven't properly put it back up yet. But importantly, it does now mean that I have better access out in the garden for Wi-Fi, because that Wi-Fi access point can spread all the way over there. It covers basically down to the bottom of the garden, and when it gets down to the bottom of the garden, one of the other access points that's in the house kind of takes over and meshes and allows everything to work as it should. But it does also mean that I know I have good Wi-Fi access for this charging station, and at the moment that is super important because, as you may know from the main channel, we've been having problems with that. So me mentioning the Wi-Fi is not, that's not officially chicken and garden, but it does mean that I should now be able to build my Hydro-Hen top cover with a solar panel, with a little 18650 battery in it, with a little charge controller. I've got all the components. I just need to find time to sit down and build it, design it. I might have to make my own printed circuit board to go with it, but I have a Carvera Air, so that shouldn't be a big problem. So that might be one of the things that I'm going to be working on over the break. But look at this. My roses refuse to give up. This is a pink rose that reminds me of my late sister Susan, and it always fills my heart with joy when I see it in bloom. As you may remember, we cut back most of our roses kind of in September to prevent windrock, and they've sprung back already. So I hope that they will survive the winter without having any issues. I may have to trim them back a little bit more, but I still haven't trimmed back my apple trees, and I haven't taken care of some of the other trees that I need to do. So that's a really to-do thing for the next few weeks. Let me know what's going on in your garden and what you're going to be doing if you're having time off for Thanksgiving. Are you going to get outside and do any gardening, or do you have other things planned? Let me know in the down below. Thanks for watching today. You can connect with us on Patreon, Discord, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or through our website. Massive thanks to the amazing folks scrolling by right now. You are the reason we can stay independent and keep making content without corporate influence. Want to see your name listed here too? Support starts at just $1.50 a month, and you can now even gift memberships. And of course, a massive welcome to our newest members: Adam B., Andrew Brown, Tiara Graves, Philip Jackson, Dieter Mulhop, Noor Naif, Annie Onimus, Todd Plenis, Barus Sharati, Andrei Starsky, Ralph Stultz, Richard Teague, Triple A He They, Lisa Vargi, Vicky Morales, Magpie Motors, and Travis Whitman. Thank you for joining up to support the channel. At this particular time in history when everyone's feeling the pinch, we are so grateful that you've joined the team, and that allows us to keep making great content. If you'd like to join them, you'll find our Patreon link below, or you can sign up via YouTube. If you're signing up for Patreon though, please go to the Patreon website. Do not use the Apple or Google app, since both take a big cut that hurts your wallet and reduces the income we receive. Prefer a one-off contribution? We've got Ko-fi, Bitcoin, a PO box, our swag store, and even an Amazon affiliate link, all great ways to make sure your money helps us. We post new videos every few days on the main channel, plus extras over on TE Take 2. And since YouTube comments, while open, aren't safe for us, the best way to chat with the team is through Patreon, Mastodon, Blue Sky, or our website, or in fact, our Discord chat. If you want more, the mighty algorithm thinks you'll like this video, but we'd love you to check out this one instead. Be awesome, be kind, be intentional, and never forget to resist. Keep evolving!